for once, Angel Reese was actually picking on somebody her own size. Now, if I was to take bets in this, Nelissa Smith versus Angel Reese, I'm putting all of my $2.47. I'm putting all of that on Nelissa Smith. All right, I'm not sure it would be even close.
The WNBA is spiraling into dangerous territory, and Angel Reese may be sitting right in the center of the storm. What started as simple competitiveness has evolved into something far uglier, something that threatens to derail the league's progress entirely. The spotlight that once shined purely on talent is now being hijacked by sideshow antics, on-court confrontations, and a growing list of disciplinary problems. And at the heart of all this chaos is a player who has mastered the art of turning every game into a spectacle. But for the first time, someone finally stood up to Angel Reese and exposed just how flimsy her intimidation game truly is.
Nelissa Smith was D'ing up Angel Reese pretty staunchly during this game. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh no. Give me that. Jesus, dude. When Nelissa Smith is doing that to you, you know you just aren't ready for it, man. When Nelissa Smith is D'ing you up, blocking her shot, folks, Angel, you cooked her up last year. What happened?
The confrontation between Angel Reese and Nelissa Smith wasn't just another heated moment in a league full of drama. It was symbolic. It represented a growing divide in the WNBA, one where players are forced to pick a side, elevate the game through professionalism and pure skill, or chase headlines through controversy and theatrics. As Smith calmly dismantled Reese's tactics, it became crystal clear that not everyone in this league is willing to play the drama game.
The two of them getting into it. And by the way, this started off by Nelissa Smith going for a rebound and Angel just shoving her. Just shoving her and then complaining to the refs. And by the way, I don't blame Angel Reese for, shoving people and expecting to get away with it. The referees have shown that you are allowed to shove people and get away with it. Like, that is a given.
When Nelissa Smith and Angel Reese collided on the court, fans witnessed something they hadn't seen before. Smith didn't flinch, didn't engage in shouting matches, and didn't let emotions override her performance. Instead, she let her game speak. While Reese is known for her chest-pounding bravado and constant taunting, Smith stayed locked in, delivering a dominant performance that neutralized Reese's usual mind games. Every block, every rebound, every basket from Smith chipped away at Reese's psychological armor.
It's got a little chippy between the two.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice pass.
Right there.
How did Dejounte hit that to Smith? That was in our line of sight. There wasn't any daylight.
Yeah, the speed and accuracy of that pass.
Now we got some chippiness. Smith and Reese jawing at each other.
What made Smith's approach so effective was its simplicity. She didn't need to scream, gesture wildly, or manufacture drama to establish her dominance. Instead, she exposed how easily Reese's intimidation tactics crumble when confronted by someone who refuses to engage. Smith delivered a masterclass in mental fortitude, proving that elite athleticism doesn't require theatrics to shine. And as Reese found herself increasingly frustrated, the cameras captured something even more telling. Reese's signature confidence began to crack under the weight of her own act.
When Nelissa Smith is D'ing you up, blocking her shot, folks, Angel, you cooked her up last year. What happened? What happened last year? Was it the Indiana Fever on the jersey? That made you go extra hard? Was it that other player on that team that was like, oh, that 22, oh, I really want to show her something? Is that what really made it? Because in these matchups against the Dallas Wings, you really haven't been anything special at all. Maybe Nelissa Smith was tired of seeing her in a meme all offseason. And Nelissa's like, you know what? That next time I play her, I'm not going to let her cook me and do me like that.
In that moment, Smith became more than just a competitor. She symbolized a growing frustration among fans and players who are tired of the WWE-style antics that have started to infect the WNBA. And make no mistake, Smith's calm dismantling of Reese's game sent a powerful message. Talent beats theatrics every single time.
I'm not sure Angel Reese would actually want that to turn into something where hands are involved, because my goodness, I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. Nelissa Smith, I think she sort of believes she's a little bit more masculine, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, as far as flexing goes, we talked about this a little earlier. Nelissa Smith showed her ass last night. She did. I mean, at 6 of 12 from the field, 27 minutes, 20 points, 3 block shots last night.
But here's where things get much worse. This isn't an isolated incident. What happened between Reese and Smith is part of a much larger pattern that's been building for months. The WNBA has seen a surge in technical fouls, confrontations, and suspensions, creating an environment that feels more like a reality show than a professional sports league. Players are regularly skating dangerously close to league suspension rules, which currently trigger after 7 technical fouls, yet few seem concerned about crossing that line. Why? Because the consequences have been laughably soft.
Angel Reese goes after shoving Nelissa Smith. The two of them are getting into it. Arike is there trying to be peacemaker. Courtney Vandersloot immediately doesn't know what's going on. The two of them getting into it.
And before we go deeper, this is where I want to quickly talk to you, the viewer. If you're interested in real, unfiltered breakdowns like this, where we expose what's really happening behind the headlines, take a moment right now to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button if you want the WNBA to clean up its act, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us keep delivering the truth that most outlets are too afraid to touch. Let's build this community together. Your voice actually matters here.
If you guys don't remember, like even last season, the two of them were getting into it through the entire season. The two of them were getting into it, and you saw literally when the referees tried to break it up, you saw them just go like, don't. Like the two of them want to get into it. And again, this is a rivalry.
Now back to the issue. The league's lenient approach has sent a dangerous message to players. Act out, rack up technicals, create controversy, and suffer almost no meaningful penalty. Officials hand out routine technical fouls like candy, but rarely escalate consequences when players continually test boundaries. It's a system that's rewarding the worst behavior with media attention, viral clips, and endless social media debates. And that brings us to the player who seems to thrive the most in this environment, Angel Reese.
Showing that the other day was just a glimmer of hope that she had figured out how to start playing, as in only take 5 to 6 shots a game. Get rebounds, distribute the ball out to everybody out on the perimeter, and quit shooting the ball.
While Reese may have perfected the art of on-court drama, there's one player who represents the complete opposite, and the league's biggest asset, Caitlin Clark. Since entering the WNBA, Clark has drawn enormous fan interest, breaking attendance records, spiking TV ratings, and bringing in new audiences the league desperately needs. But along with that attention has come something much darker, relentless targeting on the court that borders on harassment.
She's reading plays, like Nelissa Smith reading plays defensively.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice.
Oh.
Pass. How did Dejanay...
Angel Reese tries to intercept the pass, and then her and Nelissa Smith start jawing at each other, start talking at each other. Start jawing at each other, start talking at each other.
Game after game, Clark faces an extreme level of physicality that most players aren't subjected to. Hard fouls, constant bumps, and overly aggressive defense have become a routine part of her rookie season. Yet, somehow, even routine basketball plays by Clark get classified as flagrant fouls. The officiating has been wildly inconsistent, with Clark often penalized more harshly than those instigating physical contact against her. Many fans believe it's no coincidence. Some players, and perhaps even some officials, seem intent on humbling the league's new face.
You're gonna let Nelissa Smith talk to you like that, Angel? You gotta fight her, right? Isn't that what the pieces want? Angel, why are you just sitting behind your teammates? You gotta go fight that woman, Angel. You gotta go lion from the Wizard of... Put him up. Put him up. That's what you gotta do. Come on. Come on. This is another angle of their little dust-up that they encountered. Nice little baseline angle.
The result? The WNBA's brightest stars being subjected to an entirely different standard of treatment, and the league is standing by while it happens. It's a dangerous gamble. Clark's popularity is the main engine driving the league's unprecedented growth. Failing to protect her doesn't just risk her health, it threatens the league's long-term financial stability. Yet, time and again, the WNBA's leadership appears hesitant to enforce stronger protections for their most valuable asset.
In this game right here, if we don't remember, up until the point where the starters were taken out, Angel Reese had 4 points. She had 4 points, 5 rebounds. But Nelissa Smith had 14 points. She had 14 points on Angel Reese versus Angel Reese's 4 in 19 minutes. They took her off, and it was a very, very comfortable win for the Indiana Fever, where Caitlin Clark, in fact, had 31 points, 12 assists on 14 shots. Jesus, post-Olympic break, Caitlin Clark was another level.
This is where the problem grows even more disturbing. The WNBA is slowly shifting from being a showcase of elite athleticism to becoming a drama factory. Many players are now prioritizing viral moments, Instagram beefs, and post-game interviews that spark controversy, not the actual basketball itself. What should be a league filled with inspiring athletic stories is instead being overrun by petty rivalries and attention-hungry antics.
Angel Reese playing like trash all game, but that confidence doesn't waver, I guess, right? The arrogance doesn't waver, right? We could miss layups, we can miss shots, but that confidence doesn't waver at all. I mean, look at this. Angel Reese, after going 3 for 12 on the night, at this point, she has a historic play where she elbows Dejanay out the way, and here we go. Move it, little girl. And yeah, Angel Reese talking that trash. Yeah, you guys can't stop me. I'm 4 for 13.
The league's growth is being fueled by short-term social media bursts rather than long-term credibility. Players like Angel Reese have learned that confrontations, taunts, and post-game shade generate millions of views. They know that beef sells, and the league, desperate for attention, appears willing to tolerate this circus as long as it keeps generating buzz. But at what cost? When controversy becomes the product, professionalism inevitably gets sacrificed.
You're not seeing Angel Reese chase after Nelissa Smith here. This is one of those basketball fights where no basketball things where people chirp at each other and they don't jump up and run after the person. Like, you know it's a bit different on that one there. And
this growing reality TV culture threatens the very foundation of the WNBA. True fans tune in for the athleticism, the strategy, the skill, not for the personal vendettas playing out like a bad episode of a scripted drama. The league's inability to draw a clear line between healthy competition and childish theatrics is beginning to erode its credibility with serious sports fans, sponsors, and even prospective new viewers.
Teammates try to get in the way of anything. Is she gonna actually charge? Like, is Angel actually gonna charge? One could say they're not in the way here, but she didn't. Oh yeah, Nelissa's standing there. Like here. Oh, okay. Well, she got a teammate right here. Oh, this is interesting. Dejanay does come around right there. You saw her. She's kind of trying to say, hey, calm down, boo. Calm down.
The tension between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark didn't suddenly appear overnight. Their rivalry traces back to the 2023 NCAA championship, where Reese's infamous taunting, pointing to her ring finger and chasing Clark around the court, instantly went viral. What should have been a celebration of an incredible season turned into one of the most polarizing moments in women's basketball history. That moment planted the seed for a long-standing personal feud that continues to fuel headlines even in the professional league.
See, through your perspective on the flagrant foul, what was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? If either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player.
Since that championship game, the rivalry has only intensified. After LSU's win, Reese took to Instagram Live, throwing indirect jabs at Clark and continuing to fan the flames long after the final whistle. And while Clark has mostly stayed professional and avoided engaging publicly, it's no secret that bad blood remains. When you've been humiliated on national TV, blindsided during a game, and mocked afterward on social media, it leaves a permanent scar. And many believe that Clark quietly carries that chip every time she steps onto the court.
And the referees literally turned their back.
Caitlin Clark appears to be hunted every game. She deals with physicality that no other player in the league is dealing with. The WNBA not stepping in to protect their cash cow, their only draw, their only star, and this is the end result.
What makes this rivalry even more explosive is that it's no longer just about two players. It has become a symbol of the larger identity crisis facing the WNBA. Fans are forced to pick sides between pure competition and over-the-top drama. And for Angel Reese, every confrontation, every viral moment is another opportunity to stay at the center of attention, even if it means sacrificing the integrity of the game itself.
The situation with Caitlin and Angel shows that they hate each other. I think they just hate each other, period. I think they just hate each other in general. Like, I don't know, hate's a strong word. There is a 0% chance that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark like each other. Like, I'm sorry. If you are Caitlin Clark, if you are a person and you got blindsided by somebody and someone else jumped up and celebrated, you wouldn't like that person. If you lost a championship game and then after the game, not just someone chasing around you doing that, after the game they're on IG Live being like, this is for you. Instead of celebrating their win, they were taunting their opponent. You probably wouldn't like that person either.
At the core of this growing controversy is the WNBA's shocking inconsistency when it comes to discipline. Officials seem to make wildly different calls depending on who's involved, which team is playing, and even which night it is. What counts as a flagrant foul one game may be completely ignored the next. And this inconsistency doesn't just frustrate players, it creates a toxic environment where no one knows where the line actually is.
It's shocking.
Caitlin Clark will be sidelined for at least 2 weeks with a quad injury.
Footage has emerged how Caitlin Clark got hurt.
He fouls her for the 4th time. It's cheating.
It's Caitlin Clark is the driving force behind the interest in the Fever and the interest in the WNBA.
Rookie Caitlin Clark was subject to several intentional fouls.
The league currently uses a system where players get suspended after 7 technical fouls. But the real issue is that these technicals have become practically meaningless. Players like Reese rack up fouls without fear because the penalties are so weak. Meanwhile, star players like Clark get penalized for routine basketball plays that wouldn't even draw a whistle for others. The double standard couldn't be more obvious, and fans are noticing.
So the WNBA might as well just name Caitlin Clark the MVP right now, because so far she's missed 2 games due to injury. And not only have the Fever lost both games, but now in this one, they lost to quite possibly the worst team in the league, which just shows how important of a piece she is to that team. She's averaging 19 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds a game this year in the 4 games she played. She is super important to that team, and it's proving it that she is the most valuable player on that team.
By refusing to hold players accountable in a consistent and meaningful way, the WNBA is enabling this reckless behavior to flourish. Players quickly learn that as long as they generate buzz and controversy, the league will turn a blind eye. It's a system that rewards the loudest voices, not the most skilled athletes. And as these incidents pile up, the league's credibility as a serious professional sports organization continues to erode.
She's going to be out for a couple weeks. Let's see how viewership does in the 3 weeks that she's out. Let's see how ticket sales go when she's out. Let's see how the WNBA as a whole comes out. Because I think they're trying to make a message to the WNBA that, hey, look, we don't necessarily have to put this woman on a pedestal. Like, she doesn't need to be treated like Jesus, Mary, Mother of God, anything like that. But I think if the WNBA wants to go in the right way with these CBA negotiations and getting bigger and more prominent, they need to embrace change. And she is good change for the WNBA.
Nothing exposed the WNBA's dangerous dependence on Caitlin Clark more than her recent injury. When Clark went down with a quad injury, she was forced to sit out multiple games, and the results were devastating for her team. Without Clark on the floor, the Fever immediately fell apart, losing back-to-back games, including one against one of the league's worst teams. The contrast couldn't have been clearer. With Clark, the Fever were competitive. Without her, they were exposed. Clark's impact goes far beyond just scoring. She's averaging 19 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds per game as a rookie, insane numbers for any first-year player. But her true value lies in how much attention she brings to the league itself. Ticket sales spike when she plays. National broadcasts break records when she's on the court. Merchandise flies off shelves because of her name. She's not just a player. She's the financial engine powering the WNBA's current growth. And yet, despite her value, the league has done shockingly little to protect her on the court. The constant physicality she faces threatens not only her health, but also the league's future prosperity. If Caitlin Clark is sidelined long-term, the WNBA's momentum could evaporate overnight. The league is playing a dangerous game by failing to recognize just how fragile its position truly is. Right now, the WNBA is standing at a crossroads, one that will define its future for years to come. On one side is the short-term buzz of viral controversies, fueled by confrontations, petty rivalries, and constant drama. On the other side is the long-term credibility of a professional sports league built on elite talent, professionalism, and respect for the game. And the truth is, the league cannot have both. If the WNBA wants to be taken seriously by sponsors, broadcast networks, and international audiences, it needs to make a hard choice. Will it continue to enable attention-seeking antics that cheapen the product? Or will it embrace athletes like Caitlin Clark, Nelissa Smith, and others who represent the professionalism that sponsors want to align with? Because one thing is clear, the drama may bring temporary views, but it's the athletes who play the game the right way that will build lasting respect. The Angel Reese situation perfectly exposes this crisis. The league can no longer pretend this is just harmless competition. Every time it rewards bad behavior with media attention and light penalties, it weakens its own foundation. The WNBA must choose: elevate the game or continue spiraling into reality TV chaos. The WNBA has never been more visible than it is right now. The world is watching. But what they see will determine whether this league grows into a powerhouse or collapses under the weight of its own dysfunction. Players like Caitlin Clark have proven that you don't need theatrics to dominate. Skill, leadership, and professionalism are enough. Meanwhile, Angel Reese continues to chase viral moments that cheapen everything true basketball fans love about the game. The WNBA stands at a fork in the road. Will they protect their rising stars and foster true competition? Or will they keep rewarding sideshow drama at the expense of the league's integrity? Because the simple truth is, you can't build a serious professional league on playground antics. And before you go, if you want real, honest breakdowns like this that cut through the media noise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps this channel grow so we can keep exposing what's really happening in the world of sports. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.